eliminated the whole park and just piled the equipment up. I said, "Sir, is there any way I could buy that stuff off you?" He said, "No, I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry, sir. We can't sell it. It's playground equipment, and we're liable. If somebody gets hurt on it, we'll be sued." I said, "Well, if that's the problem, could I buy it for scrap metal? That way you're not selling me playground equipment." He said, "Hey, that's a good idea. Let me talk to the boss about that." That guy called me about a week later. He said, "Mr. Hovind, you still want this playground equipment?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "We've decided we'll sell it to you on a couple conditions. Number one, you got to understand it is scrap metal." I said, "Okay. You're not selling me playground equipment, you're selling me scrap metal. Is that right?" He said, "That's right." He said, "Number two, you have to take all of it, whether you want it or not. We want that area cleaned out. Take the whole mountain." I said, "It's a deal. How much do you want for it?" He said, "How's $175 sound?" I said, "Sold." And so we got the money from the activities account, the pop machine money and stuff like that, and got our $175, went and got that equipment, hauled it over truckload after truckload after truckload, and began putting it together. In that pile of equipment was a great big circular fiberglass slide. $2,500 fiberglass slide was in there. There were 3 or 4 swing sets in there. There were 5 bike racks. We've been praying for a bike rack. We ended up with 5 bike racks. There were 2 other slides, one with humps in it, one regular slide. We're going to put a videotape of the playground that I built in California at the end of this tape, and you can just see some of the equipment that we got. We put up all the equipment we wanted. We had 5 times more than we possibly needed for our school. I mean, it was an unbelievable playground. Then we got a book on playground equipment and found the value of each piece. I hired a welder to come fix the things that needed welded, and I hired a body man who went to our church. His kids went to our school. He came and fiberglassed the circular slide, the places that were bad, fixed it and painted it. We went to automotive shops where they paint cars, and I said, "Hey, do you have any paint cans left over? Just a little bit of paint left that's kind of sitting around." They all said, "Oh yeah, we got all kinds. Here's an inch of paint in the bottom of this can, and here's 2 inches in this one, and not enough to do a car, so it's really useless to us." We got all sorts of paint given to us for free, but it was every color you can imagine. So I hired some people. We had an account at our church where if somebody came and said, "Hey, I'm going across town. My grandma's dying. I got to, give me $20. The beggars come around always looking for money at churches." We had an account where anybody who came, we wouldn't ever give them money, but we'd give them a job for $5 an hour. And I had those people paint the playground equipment for me. And when they ran out of a color, we'd stop, make a straight line, and start with a new color. So the swing set might have an orange leg and a blue leg and a green leg, and you just never knew. It was wild colors. Little mini merry-go-round in there. After we had everything we wanted set up, we fixed the other equipment also and set it up. And I called other schools, other Christian schools, gave them first choice at it. And we looked up the value of the equipment in the book. And if a bike rack cost $120, which is about what they cost back then, I would sell it to the other Christian school for $25 or $30. Then, after Christian schools had taken what they wanted, I called a lot of the public schools and said, "Look, we've got some refurbished equipment. If you'd like to come look at it, come take a look and give us 2/3 of book value." From half to 2/3. We made over $4,000 on that playground equipment. I bought the pile for $175. That $4,000 we took to pay the welder and to pay the expenses. We put 6 inches of pea gravel in the playground, huge area playground. So if the kids fall off, they don't get hurt landing in pea gravel. And it's not big enough like big rocks to throw at somebody, and it's not sawdust or sand to get stuck in your shoes. Pea gravel's about right. And we had just an unbelievable playground. Then we built a $1,000 gazebo in the middle so the teachers can sit there and talk and still watch their kid during recess. And people came from miles around to see that fabulous playground that we got paid $4,000 for making. Got all the equipment for free, basically. It was tremendous that the Lord blessed there. So you may want to look around. A lot of corporation yards have playground equipment sitting around they'd love to get rid of, but they don't know what to do with it. Something's broken on it and nobody will fix it. The little spring-loaded animals with the springs on them. You can go to a junkyard and get a car spring, get the right size, and fix those things for free, or get a spring for $2 or $3. Just use your imagination. So the playground was a real blessing. Carpeting for a school was always a problem. It's just so expensive. In a small Christian school, you have that problem of how do we afford carpet? When I built a school in Pekin, Illinois, my hometown, I started the school there and developed the whole thing. I went to different businesses that sold carpet, and I said, do you have any discontinued carpet samples that you can donate to our school or sell? And I got enough carpet. I believe we had 200 yards, square yards of carpet samples altogether donated. Different places would give us a stack or so many carpet samples. We did the whole floor of the school with carpet samples. Kid would say, I don't like the color of this. Well, move over 6 inches and stand on a different one, because it was wild colors. We'd take a big blue square and a big red square and cut a heart out of each one and transplant them. We glued them straight to the floor. And if a piece got ruined, that room was used for all sorts of activities. If a piece got ruined, you peel it up and put a new one down. It was simple and it was free. Wonderful way to carpet your school just for the cost of the glue. We put down 200 yards of carpet for about $50 worth of glue. I'll be videotaping on the end of this tape a bubble that I have at my house in Pensacola, Florida. I'm in Pennsylvania now as I make this tape, but an idea that you may want to use for smaller children, a big bubble that you can make absolutely free. But that is my list so far of ideas, and we'll add to this all the time. I've got a number of magic trick ideas that I'll be adding to this later. But we hope this has been a blessing to you. If you have some more ideas for schools, problems that arise, how to fix it, please contact me, because I have quite a collection of these things, and I want to be a help and a blessing. And thank you so much, and don't forget to get a hold of me. If you can put my name and address on the screen, or I can put that on later. My name's Kent Hovind in Pensacola, Florida, and I normally speak on dinosaurs and creation. And I'd be glad to help you on that. But we want to encourage students to be better students and teachers to be better teachers. Some teachers have 20 years experience. Other teachers have 1 year of experience 20 times. They never have learned to do it right. Just because they've been teaching 20 years does not mean they're a good teacher, as I'm sure you know. They may have done it 20 times in a row wrong. So pray and ask God. The Bible says in James chapter 3, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. Teachers will be judged strongly, because if you offend one of these little ones, it's better that a millstone be hanged about your neck and you be cast into the sea, Jesus said. Be sure that you're fair, patient, loving, kind, godly, and let's teach the next generation to love the Lord. Thank you so much.